Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about creative debt solutions. My name is Denise Williams. I'm your financial coach. I am here with Bridget Buckner, who is a business building coach. Now, one of the big impediments to building a business, one of the reasons people don't feel like they should hire a financial coach is because of debt. Now, listen, we want to give you right now, live and in living color, the 3 steps to get out of debt. And I'm not trying to sound flip, but it's very simple. You're going to set a plan for debt freedom. You're going to talk to debt experts, and you're going to take the actions to get out of debt and be debt free. No, that's it. But doing it is
Hmm.
challenge because there are just so many emotional hurdles that we got to go through when we want to be free of our debt. Now, that said, we're not stopping here. This is not just a call, a traditional call. We're announcing that we're going to be doing a 4-week free masterclass, okay? Where we're going to get deep, deep, deep into how to pay off your debt. So, the week one, we're going to do something called asset swapping. And asset swapping is really going to be the fundamental part of making sure you pay down your debt. We want to eliminate debt. Week two, we're going to give you 3 strategies to free up some cash, right, to eliminate debt. Week three, we're going to increase your income by a minimum of $1,500 a day within 30 days to pay down debt. And week four, we're going to put the debt elimination plan into action. So that means we're just going to put it all together so that you can see it in a package, okay? We want you to learn how to pay down your debt. So we're putting you on notice that that training is coming up. So I don't know why it jumped back because maybe we need to see creative debt solutions again. So we have the masterclass coming up. We want you to be totally comfortable in actioning the plan, and we want to get 4 weeks to do it. Okay? So, we went too fast. So come back here. Now, financial freedom is true freedom. And what we like to talk about is, oh my gosh, more debt, less debt, sorry, not more debt, less debt because it gives you more investment income. Now I want to go back to the slide that I don't know why it's jumping, it's being naughty. And financial freedom is true freedom. But financial freedom means something different to everybody. So, Bridge, I'm putting you on the spot. As a business builder, you coach people into building their business. What is financial freedom for you?
Really, it is that point where you have a term you said kafer.
CAFER. Yes,
A cash
CAFER.
after all your responsibilities. What?
Cash after financial responsibilities.
I
CAFER.
love it. Financial freedom is kafer plus. I believe that everyone should have an emergency fund that
Yes.
could be at least $3-4 million if you live in Jamaica. Probably five would be a nice ideal number. And you should have enough living expenses for 5 years. If something were to happen to you and you couldn't have any income at all, you should have enough money for 5 years. In other words, you have enough money that your daily expenses are taken care of, excuse me, and you're not skimping and scraping for anything, for travel, for health, for your family, just literally no money issues.
Right. For me, I agree. And financial freedom is also a plan. So that if I sort of get lost and something happens, life gets in the way, I can circle back because I have a plan. I have a step by step plan of action, right? To guide me. And that for me is true financial freedom, right? A plan. It's so important to me. Okay, so let's move on from there. So I agree with Bridget that is cash, and for myself, it is a plan of action. Now, oh hi Susie Bean, how you doing, my darling? She said these jobs in Jamaica don't allow you to do all that. That's why I'm here. Well, you know what, Susie, I am happy to help you. I'm happy to be here with you, and we're really about lifting your mindset because you are going to make a big investment. It's not just the cash, it's the time. It is so much. You ever notice how people carelessly say, pay attention? Oh, something not paying that no mind, and not paying that no attention. Do you realize how much we pay attention or not?
You
And
know
that's
what?
what,
Neglect has a price, though, Denise.
yes, yes.
There's a price.
And listen, our money, our debt, our income right now today is a function of past. For me, I mean, I don't have any shame in saying my credit report is 62 pages long. Okay, 62. I'm not ashamed of it. Why? My second child was born with Down syndrome. Okay, and he had a hole in his heart. He has sleep apnea. So he's 11, soon to be 12. And he's such a brilliant boy. What he does is when he stops breathing, he has learned to sit up and rock himself left to right. Okay? And it forces oxygen in his body. He does that to himself constantly through the night. And so I've been very grateful that he has adapted to the sleep apnea that comes with Down syndrome. Right? And so, but when he was a baby, my life was work, hospital, therapy, pharmacy, clinic. Work, hospital, therapy, pharmacy, clinic. Right? And the clinic might not take credit card. This doctor don't take, the heart doctor, the ear, nose, and throat doctor, the this, the that. He also had issues with his skin. He had jaundice. And I mean, listen, even now, I mean, again, I'm not ashamed to say this is the life of a special needs mom. He has a bone in his wrist that keeps popping out. So he's going to have to go and get x-ray. I don't know if he's going to need surgery to deal with the bone in his hand. And so that ran up my credit card until I got a plan. And I can tell you, I have been working my plan since 2016. Okay? I have been working my plan since 2016. And despite having 62 pages of credit report, despite all the challenges of, being a special needs mom, being a coach, I'm not in a 9 to 5 job where my salary is guaranteed. But since that time, I am able to stand on my feet. I am able to be here helping people. And that's the best part of it. I help so many people, right? Find their path, find their plan. That's how I let go of my past, by helping people to let go of their past, right? That's where it is. And so if you are holding on to your past and saying, I'm in debt, I am ashamed, and even worse, I'm not going to pay for help because my money is little and this and that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you stay stuck. Okay? It was one of the hardest decisions, but the very best decision, right? Oh, thank you, Kay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? It is a hard decision when you think you're drowning in debt. And I'm talking about me, 62 pages of credit report, take up money and hand it over to somebody because you need help. But let me tell you, if I hadn't done that, I would be here. Because I am also going to say this, I don't get child support, which is a court matter. I won't go down that road. But guess what? I don't get it. and I am at peace with it because, yes, it's a court matter, but I'm not chasing after anybody. So many of us have children, we're not getting support, and we're drowning. I decided that that's not gonna drown me. You know, so we, and I'm saying this publicly, you know, we have a special needs child together, but you've decided, hey, it works for you. But guess what? It made me better, because if it were not for that, I wouldn't have paid for coaching. I wouldn't have gotten the roadmap that I'm using right now to help other people. Okay? I'm proud to say that my children sat with the other parental unit and saw me on television, and he thought I was going to talk about him on television. It was nothing to do with it. It had to do with helping people in their debt, right? And so that's what my life is about. It's about helping people. So, ladies and gentlemen, debt, debt is what you did in the past. The question is, are you still that person? I know for me, every year I want to be someone new. I want to see that person that has achieved X, Y, and Z. That's who I want to see. Every day I get up to see the better me. Okay? That's my journey. Okay? And as I said, don't think I don't know. When people say, "Oh my God, I have to pay for this," and yes, it hurts. Do it anyway. Not because you have it. You pay because you don't want to stay where you are, right? You don't want to stay. And this is the thing. If you feel trapped by old debts, right? If I were to say, because I have a 62-page credit report, I'm not qualified to talk to people, lie. Let me tell you something. This girl sat in front of a panel of judges, and I told this story about my own money issues. And I am a certified counselor with the court, right? Because they needed someone who was in the situation to guide people. All right. So if you feel trapped by old debt, I want you to I want you to see a way out. See a way. You don't have to stay here. Okay? We want you to visit this website, www.creditrepairja.com. Negotiate your debts with the help of experts. You do not have to stay here. Listen to me. News flash: when you sign a contract for debt, sometimes things change. And so it's time to renegotiate. That's where the experts come in. And yes, I work with this company. I'm one of the experts. Yeah. All right. You haven't signed away your rights. You haven't signed away your humanity. Okay. You can renegotiate the law. If you need the law, for those of you who need to dig down and read, it is the 2011 Credit Reporting Act, and then the 2015 Insolvency Act. Look up those if you are that type of person and you say, "Oh, but Denise can say anything." Look up those two pieces of legislation. That is what I stand on. I am certified under the Insolvency Act. Okay? I am authorized to talk under the Insolvency Act. So there is help. Okay, there's help. Right? Now we have Bridget here because she's going to talk about the other side, which is growing your income. But I just want to make sure you understand when I tell you that the struggle is real, and I understand. Okay? And also, ladies and gentlemen, credit reports, 79% of them are wrong. I don't want you to pay for the bank's mistakes. Make sure you have your credit report sorted out and it is as clean as a whistle, because it follows you until you die. In the 2011 Credit Bureau Act, these three credit bureaus have the authority to track you until you die. Okay, so when you turn 18, you are tracked. forever. Okay? Therefore, do not pay for the bank's mistakes because sometimes they report the wrong thing. Sometimes you make a payment, it's not reported. Sometimes Bridget C. Buckner is paying for Bridget A. Buckner's debt. It happens. Okay? And worse, if you have an awesome name like Denise Williams, there are 289 of us, right? 289 Denise Williams. How do I know that? One of them got married and used my credit card. And
Get out of town.
listen, the only thing that saved Denise A. Williams from Denise A. Williams was the TRN number.
Wow.
Booked the credit card. She used a swipe my credit card, used it to book into a North Coast hotel. The hotel
Okay.
required a photocopy of her ID. That's the only thing that saved me.
Wow.
Okay, so there's 289 Denise Williams
Oh
out
my
there.
goodness. Not
Okay,
cool.
I'm telling you. So yeah, yeah. Okay, and
Oh
so
my goodness.
remember, it's negotiation and bringing in more cash. And here we go. This is our plan of action. Bridge. The plan is very simple.
Yes,
How does
ma'am.
it work? How are we bringing in more cash so that we're clearing off our debt? We're negotiating our debt and we're not paying for anybody's mistakes.
Well, the first thing, if I had to really be candid, is make a decision. Make a decision that you no longer want to be in debt and that you recognize that there is a need to earn more money. Multiple streams of income is a terminology people throw on all the time, but really it is critical to have more than one stream of income, especially in today's society. And so to earn more cash, there's 1,000 ways you can do that. But I happen to really favor ways that involve leverage, ways that involve a residual or passive income, because people are busy, let's face it. People have a job, people have a career, people have things they're doing already. So if you're going to earn extra cash and you can't afford to switch careers, start over a whole new, career or a whole new job or whatever, you want to add something that does not necessarily require you forever and ever. Amen. You might need some time investment up front, but once you get it set up, you begin to earn passive income. Nothing more amazing than passive income. And with the worldwide pandemic that we have just kind of come out of, the working from home situation has become quite a favorable thing. People realize, wow, there's a lot of stuff to do at my house. And the advent of technology and the internet also gives that plethora of options as well. And people have tried a ton of things, I'm sure, and some have succeeded, some have failed. But we came across an industry, a space that is not new at all, but it is new in terms of how people can learn about it, and that is the Forex space. And it's $7 trillion a day that's generated in the foreign exchange market. It's the largest liquid market in the world. It trumps the stock market. It eats the stock market for breakfast. I mean, you can't compare in the US. The US stock market run about 257, maybe $260 billion a day. I mean, compare that to 7 trillion and tell me how it looks. So we have found a way to train people how to participate in the Forex market from their home, from their laptop, using the internet. We provide coaching and training. We teach people exactly what to do, how to do, when to do. We match that with financial literacy, because it's no good you learning a skill set and you don't know how to properly apply it to translating to creating wealth. So we teach people how to trade Forex. And the plan of action for that is quite simple. And again, it starts with a decision. Then you partner with the right company, and hopefully there's enough conversation around this topic, and there is enough edification of the company that I've chosen. And I introduced to you, Denise, that you've gotten a chance to meet some of the founders and you've done the research. And that's Extreme FX Global Academy. So we teach Forex, we teach FinTech, we teach the stocks in US 30. We teach everything from real estate investment to debt, the same thing you're talking about, debt repair. So if they have a coach like you, Denise, who is, a part of the debt repair program for the Caribbean and Jamaica, and people get a chance to work with you, then while you're getting your debt down, you want to increase your income to help pay off your debt and to now begin to never be in debt again by creating cash flow for investment, cash flow for, to fund your passions, what, like you said on the last call, money for the mission. So I don't know if you want me to go into kind of the requirements for getting involved in a space such as
Well,
foreign
I
exchange
just
trading.
right. So what I want is that persons understand that there is a plan and that they're gonna reach out to us, right? Because really and truly, again, it is about, another thing we do outside of the work we do with Bridget, gone too far, is we do a 6-step financial plan. You get back here by technology is not behaving itself. We have a 6-step financial plan. Oh, good grief. 6-step financial plan. So remember what we're talking about in this call: debt negotiation, more cash, less debt. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
our 6-step financial plan is what I want persons to link me on, because right now, again, you and I have partnered on this, which is another call, referral marketing. A lot of daily activities that we recommend to get you cash. We just talked about the Forex Academy. So we want to be clear to everyone that there is a plan of action. We can help you negotiate your debt burden. Yeah, credit repair services. We can give you a 6-step financial plan, which does include Forex trading and referral marketing, because we're debt counseling experts. But we know that debt is not standing alone. You must have the other side, which is income, right? And so I really appreciate you being on this call, Bridge, as a business building coach, because we want persons to understand. Check out www.creditrepairja.com. Book your appointment to get your debt counseling. Uh-oh, that is so wrong. Book your appointment to get your debt counseling so that you can get back to the creative debt solution that we just talked about in this call. So we're talking about a plan for debt freedom. We want to make sure you're not paying for mistakes. We want to make sure you don't feel like you've given away your rights. You can negotiate. So you're going to talk to the debt experts and you're going to take actions. And part of that action, the big part of that action, is more income. So as we wrap up this call, Bridge, is there anything that you want to give as encouragement to persons who feel like they're drowning, who in fact feels like their past is holding them back?
Well, that's interesting the way you say it, because a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel that I don't have enough time to take on anything new. I don't have enough money to invest in anything. I'm already struggling. I'm already drowning. And I just, how am I gonna pay for something when I'm already struggling with money? And the question I always ask is, well, what are you going to do about it? There's always going to be a sacrifice you need to make. And let's face it, no matter how tight things are, if you walk down the street and broke your foot, hell or high water, you got to find some money to reach to the doctor to fix that foot so you don't
Right.
go without a foot. So it's about value. And the minute that people recognize the value of, it's really recognizing how serious it is for debt to really take your life over, and for your credit score to be whack, and for you to be facing bankruptcy. Things just kind of get worse and worse if you don't fix them.
Right.
So some people are not as bad off. Some people are just in moderate debt, acceptable debt. Just like how you have drugs and you have acceptable drugs. You can smoke a cigarette, but you can't snort cocaine, right?
Right.
So
Right.
it's still a drug. but it's acceptable to smoke a cigarette for some in some quarters. Well, it's the same thing. There's some debt that's acceptable. You have a couple $100,000 on a credit card, maybe you have $1 million on a credit card. People don't, you got debt, but it's okay. You got a car loan, you got different things. Yeah, it's acceptable debt. But you really want to set up your life to not be straddled by debt, because if you lose your income, you see people balancing the debt with the income.
Right.
So you have an income that can furnish your credit card. You're paying the minimum payments. Is that wise? You're paying crazy interest. You shouldn't be paying just minimum payments. The banks love you, but you should
That's
love
right.
yourself more and not be doing just minimum payments.
That's right.
You have a car loan and it's okay because it's just a small percentage of your salary. You have a mortgage and it's okay. It's just, a third of your income. Yeah, it's fine. I got a boat. Okay, it's just a piece of my money. But what happens when you lose your income? What happens if you were to get sick? What happens if your company got, closed down
Yeah.
or maybe redundant? What happens if there's a pandemic? So you really want to get debt out your life and ask yourself the question, um, do I really see the value of being debt free? Am I
Right.
really committed to doing a few things differently so that I can get some different results? And so the encouragement I would say to people is to not allow your brain to give you the excuses and buy into the excuses of your own self. Because if you do
That's
the
right.
things the same way, the same time, you're going to continue to get the same results. You have to break out of the thinking that you have, because the thinking that you have got you to where you are today. So
Absolutely.
begin to read more, begin to associate with people who are wealth builders, who
Oh
are
my
wealth
word.
creators,
Yes.
who are
Yes.
investors,
Yes.
who have big ideas, who
Yes.
talk about equity and profits rather than wages and,
Yes.
and loans.
Yes.
Talk with people who understand equity, who understand investment, return on investment, who
Return
understand
on information.
information. Yes,
Yes.
stretch yourself to be in a different space so that the knowledge that you are getting, you will eventually be encouraged to take action on it without fear.
Absolutely.
You have to
Absolutely.
break out of that fear, because the truth is you're going to live the way you are right now unless you change.
Yes.
So no
And
matter
we
what it
want
costs,
better. We
yeah,
all want
yeah,
better.
it's
All
gonna
want better.
cost you.
Yeah.
It's a price for success. Pay that
Yeah.
price. There's
Absolutely.
not an elevator to the top. So take the stairs and take it with us on this journey of education
Absolutely.
and change.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Bridget, for being on the call. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Patrice. Thank you for everyone who's on this call. Thank you, Kay. Oh my goodness. Thank you all for being on this call. We wish you all the best. Don't most of you have either my number or my email, and if you don't, drop me a link on social media. I'll absolutely follow back with you.
Absolutely.
Bridge, thank you so much for your support. See you on the
Oh,
next call.
my pleasure.